guys good down that end? Good?
I was just turn mine on when.
Cool. Right. Yeah, you like that? Ooh. All right. Yeah. Let's call. There we go. I'd like to call this meeting, the Southbury Planning Commission, to order. March 18th, 2025, room 205. Everyone join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And we'll see Alex and everybody. Alex and John, yeah, and John both, might as well. All right. Let's see, unfinished business, continued Hemlock Hill subdivision, 5 lots, 525 Burr Road and Rocky Mountain Road. Charlie.
Mike,
Yeah, we'll give you one.
I can speak loud
No,
enough.
we'll give you this one.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a 5-lot subdivision. It's approximately 15.5 acres. There's 4 new lots and 1 existing house. And there's 3 frontage lots. 3 frontage lots. Hello? Okay, sorry. There's 3 frontage lots and 2 rear lots. This is approved by the Health Department. This sounds kind of loud. This is approved by the Health Department and also by wetlands recently. We need one more.
Put it anywhere on the table, it'll work fine. It's strong enough. Just pop it on the table. It's strong enough. Yeah. Yeah, he'll hear you.
So this, we're here on behalf of Ann Peachy, or Pichet, I think it's spelled, sorry, Pichet. So this was her mother's house, and her mother passed away. We were looking at doing this a couple years ago, and it came back again. So there's, like I said, there's 4 new lots. We're proposing a common drive, well, we don't have a common driveway. We have a common driveway for lot 2 and 3. There wasn't enough room next to the garage for the setback distance of 30 feet, so we made it 26. We do show 2 individual drives, which will be on the second sheet is the site plan. We put the site plan all in one sheet, is 1 equals 50 scale. So we have 2 separate driveways shown there now. There seems to be conflict now and then with neighbors with the common driveways. If the commission would like, we can combine that into 1 driveway.
Can you
There's
say
a-
that again? I couldn't hear
Okay,
you.
so for lot 2 and 3, there's 2 separate driveways shown. There's 2 rear lots. You can have 2 rear lots on a 30-foot access strip, easement. So the lot number, for some reason I don't see the lot numbers on the site plan. For lot number 2,
Yeah, it's on the first page only.
I might have put that one off. But for lot 2, because of where the existing garage is, I'll just point it out. So with this existing garage, we could not keep 30 feet there. We're just shy. I think it's like a foot. So, yeah. I'm just gonna turn the page for you. This will show the driveway on it. So this, we're showing 2 separate driveways, okay? But we have an easement over both lots that's almost 60 feet wide. So we can combine that driveway into 1 common driveway. Right now, we show there's 2 separate ones. The sightline's good in that area. I know the commission, they want just 1 driveway coming out, but we do have it as 2 right now.
What's the distance?
A lot.
What's the distance?
Oh, I can get that, I have the,
Let's see, it's
the distance of the, answer that, the distance of the, far back.
It's gotta be like 900 feet or more, 1,000 feet. Yeah, it's pretty far.
And they can't.
So, so to,
Now there's 800 just to here.
this is 400 feet to the closest lot, so that's not that far. But the rear lot
It's gonna be the
is
whole
about,
Yeah.
it's about 650 feet.
thing. It's more than that.
Oh, this is 1 inch equals 50, I believe. Yeah, so this is 600 feet right
Yeah.
here. So I'm just saying 650.
Yeah.
Well, we can combine that driveway, we showed it as two, just because a lot of people now don't like the common driveways and they're getting into conflicts. But we can do a common driveway,
Which would be from, and we do have the easement there for it proposed. So there's an easement that goes like this, that is a common area.
so we can easily put the two driveways together.
Where's the turnout for
The turnout's
emergency
at the
service?
house.
How about fire department? Did you get?
You need approximately 60 feet on the outside of the house, flat area for the fire department, a driveway like that. I don't believe the fire marshal, he may have reviewed this.
Fire marshal did review this. The only comment he made was regarding the fire tank specs not currently being accurate.
Okay, so
You're
what?
talking about the turnout is in their driveway? In
Yeah,
their
you need-
driveway?
Yeah, well, you can't expect on anybody's driveway to take all the fire apparatus, but they can get back and they can turn around. So generally, it's a 60-foot radius that you have that,
On a driveway this long, you don't have a pull-off even?
no, we can't put a
That's what he's
pull-off on
saying,
the
he's
driveway.
using this
'Cause of
driveway?
That pull-off is
this
not,
driveway.
so this is not a proposed common driveway right now, so it's just a single driveway.
Oh, okay.
If we made this common, we would have a pull-off in here, or the driveway would be wide,
Sure.
obviously. So anything over 100 feet, 12 feet wide, common driveway is 15 to 16 feet wide.
How wide would the common driveway be?
15 feet long it is, yep.
So
And we
you-
do pull-offs.
where can you do the pull-off then? There's no room.
Because these two driveways are split, the driveway would be right down the middle,
And it would accommodate that
and
space
then
on
we'd
either
have
side.
enough space to do a pull-off. I'm just pointing out that I have two separate driveways on there now, which works nice. I like it, if you bought the lot, you might want a separate driveway, but it can be a common driveway, and the common driveway would be from here to here.
Okay.
The other point I'd like to make is the open space we did as a conservation area, and that is shown in the hatched area, right here.
Mhm.
That's this right here. There is a fire tank proposed, I'll have to see what the specs are, maybe there's new specs, they have problems with concrete tanks, that might be it.
I think it was the head height
Oh, okay.
to the tank, so it's correctable.
Where's that going?
Right on
That
the
is
front.
going right in front, right here, but I have to verify that.
Okay, see it. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's in good area, but they might wanna move it.
You gotta hook it to this pond?
We could do that, but right now it's easier to do a fire
Fire
tank
tank?
opposed to fire tank. And
Yep.
if we can do that later, the pond would be ideal, but we
Sure.
need enough water.
Okay.
And that's not ever assured that there is enough water, depends on,
To tell you the truth, it's the same with the fire tank.
oh, okay.
If you talk to the fire marshal, they have sometimes issues with the fire tanks, either fiberglass or the concrete. And when you go to use it, I was trying to think of a method like a float. And the tank would be easy enough or some sort of wireless,
Mm.
but they don't know if there's actually water there until they use it.
But when there is a fire, they can fill this up, they don't fill up the pond, you know, and come with the,
Yeah, they're supposed to, so it's,
Anyway.
once the fire tank is installed and accepted, the town takes care of it. And I'm not sure how the fire marshal feels about it now, but we need a fire tank for this subdivision. And he may want access to the pond instead.
I put a pipe in for a draft.
Plan B.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would adjust that later.
Yeah.
And I don't think that would matter, to you, the board, if they want the pond.
No, we would just go through wetlands.
Like to see if there's room for a turnaround there, because I don't see it. 60
Well,
feet.
the
for
question
fire.
here is
No.
two or one?
I
to here.
understand, so if there, it's a wider driveway and it's one,
15 feet wide is the.
So this is 30 feet, so at 15, there's plenty of room on the side to pull off.
So Nancy, right now, we show two separate driveways.
I understand
Okay.
that, yeah.
And if you do a common driveway, you do not need to do a turnaround, but we need at the house, we need pull-offs and we need at the house an area. We're not like paving an area 60 feet wide, nobody wants that in a house. But if the fire apparatus to go back there, they have an area to have their truck there and then turn and get out somehow.
So you're just assuming no one's parking in their parking lot, they don't have anything stored in their parking lot.
Think of your house, and the fire truck came down the driveway, and you had cars in your driveway, they may not be able to access it.
And that wouldn't,
We've had fires.
that wouldn't be a planning commission issue.
Yeah.
Exactly, but we want to see it.
We can't anticipate the cars that they may or may not have on their
No, I
property.
mean, we
No,
want to
she wants to see the
proposed-
turnaround.
But does
Yeah.
it turn into the ledge?
Sure. Actually, we go around the ledge. That
Okay.
is just showing a ledge area,
Uh-huh.
and that's why we're going around.
Okay.
So the driveway,
I think
the
one
minimal
driveway's
rating
better.
to all these lots, I think it's actually just
How's
minimal
this one?
rating to all the lots.
Rest or
These
single,
are contour lines.
Yep,
Pardon
yep.
me?
rest or single access.
I know, I'm talking about.
So the
slope.
applicant would prefer two driveways.
I think someone bought, I think what would happen, there's two separate people bought the lot, that they would want two separate driveways. I think if a developer or builder bought it, they may want one, depending on who bought it. I have no problem making it a single drive, but I think I would prefer my own driveway.
Yeah, cost, I agree. Then you always gotta deal with someone else's wishes and whatever else.
I can see if we were doing a larger subdivision, and there was,
Plowing.
it was a poor area for sightline, but this isn't. But
Alright.
also, which would just join it at the beginning, so there's one entrance that's very wide. So there's like one entrance, that's up to you.
Maybe that's.
That would make a lot of sense.
That makes, yeah.
That's better sense than the common driveway, I think. I think the two separate driveways is fine, but if you wanna join, and you want just one entrance to the street, we can make that wider at the
With
beginning.
the two driveways so close together, though, I'm thinking about snow removal in the winter,
Yeah.
and you're trying to open up
Yeah.
that driveway. Where are you pushing the snow if you've got two
So
driveways?
this here, there's 24 feet in driveways. If you keep them separate, and it's almost 60 feet wide, it's just shy of it, so you actually have plenty of room.
Okay.
And this year we got a little bit of snow,
Yeah, we haven't had good snow in a while.
but we haven't had good snow in a while, but it will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah, it always does.
Can you just explain to me the turnaround? If there's a problem in this house here, for instance,
So this is the area they'd have to turn around in the front yard, they'd come up here, they'd have to go in the front yard, so take grade, there's not that much
See
grade.
anything with this?
This is pretty
Yeah, I
flat in the
colored a
back
couple
here,
things on the
this is
report.
Yeah,
flat here,
besides that.
Besides that,
this has a roundabout
Um,
driveway.
there's one thing I will touch on.
Okay.
I
And this
don't
area,
like
you're supposed to have a
the
60-foot wide
turnaround
area.
rate
by
in
the
somebody's
regulations.
driveway. There could be
Big
four cars
round
there.
or square could be a
House is
little
on-
smaller.
so if there's a problem here, for instance, okay?
If there's a problem there, they're gonna park at the street, they're gonna take
They're
care of
coming
it.
in off.
Gotcha,
It's only
gotcha.
50
Didn't
feet.
realize that was the street, you're right.
Yeah, there is,
Yeah,
yeah, sorry.
You're right.
That's what they did at my house.
And
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain Road, it's Rocky Mountain. right?
Yep.
Rocky Mountain. That's paved just a portion up to here right now, and the rest of it's gravel, so we don't intend to change it. So it's basically paved for this lot, it's gravel, just pointing it out. There is a few areas along Rocky Mountain where this is a subdivision, not re-subdivision. So this shaded area here and the shaded area here is going for future road widening. So we need to show a minimum of 25 feet from the center line of the road. So that's what that shading is.
Can you show us, do you need to show?
Yeah, so we need a minimum of 25 feet from the center line of the travelway. So this shading would get
Oh, I
to the
see.
town shading. And that little portion down there and right there. It's, it also shows the tree line on there. So the tree line, eyes are bad. There's a tennis court that's here now, so that could remain if they wanted. And here's the tree line. So the tree line, this area here is wooded. This area is wooded here, and this area wooded here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What's the slope on block?
12% or less. So we show, in Southbury, you only have to show 5% to the street line. Most towns, you like a dedicated distance that is 20 feet, 30 feet. It's 5% to the street line, but we show well beyond that, because the street line could be like 10 feet off, and that's, you want about 20 feet at least from the edge of the pavement.
Yeah, I thought we had a maximum for the full driveway.
You do, the maximum's 12%.
Yeah, and so you're saying this is less?
Yes, it's 12% less. What it is, it's 16.7 feet, 16.68 feet is between the contours and two-foot contours for 12%.
Okay, that does it.
And then obviously we have a flat area down the bottom. You generally want in front of the garage anywhere from 0 to 6%, no more than that.
You said emergency services looked at this for the turnarounds in people's driveways?
They looked at it for whatever they needed to look at it for.
And remember, I've been in my house 25 years, the fire truck never came down my driveway. So they're looking at emergency purposes,
Of course,
yeah.
that's,
But
we have
it's
to look
not
at worst
100%
case.
emergency.
No, we look at worst case scenario,
You have to, yes.
yes.
Also, you don't want to take down too many trees. You know, you don't want to design for a fire truck that may never come, but that you want them to be able to get back there, do what they have to do, and get out, you know. So you look at, like, if there's a culvert.
So
you
they
wanna
signed
make
off
sure
on
they
this?
Handle the culvert.
They signed off on it.
And the only comment was about the fire tank.
I think it was the height, you said that.
The head height.
Fill height,
Yeah.
Good talk to Derek.
Yes, we adjust those, we meet with them, and if we have to, we adjust.
All right. Any other highlights on this that we should
No,
be?
those are the highlights, I just
Okay.
wanted to point those out.
And the other two houses have their own driveways off the main other road. Pretty
Separate
straightforward.
driveways.
Except this isn't paved.
Yep.
This one
And,
is
yeah,
not.
right from here.
Okay.
And this is an existing house that's gonna remain as it is.
Can you say again, the distance between the two driveways?
The distance
And
between,
right here?
across, like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's almost 60 feet.
Okay.
You know, you're supposed to have 60, let me just scale it.
But the space between the two driveways is 60 feet?
Oh, no, the space
I was
between the
about to
two
say,
driveways shown here,
Yeah,
they're like 18 feet,
okay,
20 feet, it scales 20, I'd say 18.
okay.
And then, let me just check this. It's saying 60, but I'm trying to, yeah, it's almost, you can see it, it's less, my eyes are bad, but I'm sorry. Because
Mhm.
this building right here is supposed to be 30, and we're a little less.
Is the unpaved portion of the road passable at the present time?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Does the town maintain it?
Yes.
Okay. What's the purpose of this little piece to the town of Southbury?
It's, there's a regulation of state statute that says when you do a subdivision, just like you're supposed to give, offer open space, you're also supposed to do a minimum of 25 feet from the center line of travelway or 50 feet from across the street for future road widening purposes. So we were shy, I was gonna leave it alone because it wasn't that much. And those will get, monumented, and the town will now own that, you know, after the subdivision, that'll get deeded to the town. And so you have a width wide enough that if they
For
want.
future expansion.
Yeah, but yeah,
Most roads are not 50 feet in New England because they're wide, because they're old roads. They're, 2 rods wide, 32 feet, or 2.5 rods.
Anybody have any questions? Thoughts
Set.
on it? Okay. Do we have to make a decision on this driveway thing? No?
No, I mean, you have time to, continue the public hearing if you felt so, or continue the discussion if you felt so necessary. There's no public hearing with this. A couple things that I called out in my report was the lack of a wetlands and steep slope analysis per the percentage of the entire lot. The land trust is opining over whether or not they want to suggest receiving the conservation area as open space, or they want to essentially relinquish it to this commission's decision. they're deciding that right now, so we haven't yet received that. The third item that I would call out as something kind of peculiar with this one is respect to the zoning regulation that no accessory structures can exist on a lot without them being subordinate to a primary structure. Lot 2 would be creating a nonconformity with respect to an accessory structure existing without a primary dwelling being on the site. Not to say that, you know, these lots wouldn't likely be snatched up in today's market climate. However, there is a possibility someone just purchases this and then utilizes that as storage and never builds a single-family home, and that kind of creates an issue with respect to the zoning regulations.
May I ask, what have you done in the past for certain things like this? For situations
I'll tell you,
like
John,
this?
it's never happened.
Oh, is that right? Oh,
With respect to this, I would be kind of saddened to find out that we needed to demolish the structure in order to accommodate this. However, we can speak with town council and discuss potential conditions with respect to this, that upon sale, some things occur with respect to a timeline and anticipated expectation of completion of a single-family dwelling. But now we're getting into legalese that is just above my pay grade, and I would prefer to get council involved with, if the commission was looking to, one, abide by the regulation, which I advise they do, and two, maintain the existing structure in its current position.
Are you
would
talking
be in
about the
favor
tennis
of
court
that.
now?
I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Bob's in favor.
Yes.
Thank you.
definitely.
Nancy,
Are you talking about the tennis court or the shed?
the shed.
The shed.
You can make the
Is it
case
just-
that the
it's-
tennis court is an
Is it
accessory structure.
grandfathered? It's existing.
Well, nothing's been subdivided, so nothing's grandfathered. It's a
Oh, that's
conforming
true.
structure
Yeah,
as it sits
okay.
today. Tennis court, you can go back and forth whether a court falls under a structure permanently in place would kind of
Yes.
put it there, in that opinion. Talking from a building perspective, they kind of want to not be involved in things like that from a liability standpoint, but
I would be in favor of continuing this, so for two reasons: A, to get your legal opinion on the accessory structure, and two, to give Land Trust time to get back to our commission as to what they want to do.
I agree.
Can we get something from emergency services?
I'd be happy to confer with them and get more specifics on the turnarounds, on the pull-offs, and anything related to this lengthy driveway that you're concerned about, getting all the clarity that this commission would need from
Yeah.
emergency services.
And
I'd be
then we
happy to
can
do
use
that.
that for the future too,
Mhm.
you know, something.
Well, that's why we do the sign-off, but I understand your concern, and in order to quell that, I'm happy to drill down on that information for you.
Thank you. Okay. I agree. Continue.
You would, yeah. Bob, here's how we take that as a motion to continue.
Feel free, take it as a motion.
All right, I'll second it. All in favor to continue this to the next meeting, so we have the two items we're looking for from Land Trust and, council, right?
Land Trust Council,
And emergency
And
services.
emergency
Emergency
services.
Services.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? All right, we'll carry it over to next month, maybe?
Yep.
So that would be April's meeting. I think it's the 15th, in 2:05. Right? 15th, April 15th, is it? Okay, room 205, 7 PM. Thank you. We wrote on that copy on you, sorry. Yeah, we numbered it a lot.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I don't think you have
Have a good night. Thank you.
Great.
to. Oh, okay. Well, then we'll bring that up, okay?
I don't know, should we? I guess so.
All right.
What do you think?
Yeah, you'll have to bring that up, and we'll just see, we'll just decide amongst the commission then what we think, okay?
Okay.
So under, on the other business, lot line revision, Silver Beach Road, MBL 42, lot 18/50, 15A, Southbury Land Trust. Everybody read through this?
Yes, sir.
Questions, thoughts? Jordan, want to give any overview before we?
Kind of as it's elaborated in the memo,
Yeah.
what occurred was the area that extended through this parcel for future road development would never occur because both Lovedale and Phillips Farm essentially closed any future subdivisions of those parcels that were decided, that was the core, reason for, deeding this easement area through this property for future road expansion. Southbury Land Trust right now is working with a DEP grant in order to obtain the property, and through that process, DEP is requiring that they clean up all these lagging issues with respect to the map that was filed. So the easement was abolished and removed. However, what that did was create what is effectively a ghost sliver floating out in the middle of no man's land that now exists where the cul-de-sac ends and the parcel begins. That was all intended to be part of that future roadway. When you abandon it on the lot, it doesn't mean it's abandoned on that tiny, tiny little sliver. So now, since that extension is abandoned, it's technically a town-owned parcel. However, none of these maps or anything that has been filed kind of substantiates that. So in order to move forward for the land trust and their ability to work with DEP to obtain that grant, a simple disposition of this now town-owned sliver to the land trust to clear up anything would be the route that would be followed in order to achieve this.
I need to recuse myself because I wrote a letter already supporting the grant,
Understood? Thank you, Nancy.
okay?
We have two seated already, so we're okay. Okay, thanks, Nance. All right, so we need to, make a decision on, right? What do we have to do for this then?
It's a referral back to
Referral.
the,
Just a referral, and then
Board
a
of
positive or
Selectmen.
negative.
Correct.
Motion for a positive
Yeah.
referral.
thank you, Bob.
I'll second that. Any discussion? Anyone down that end? Any discussion at all? All good? Okay. All in favor of the positive referral back to the board? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Would be Bob
did.
Harrison?
Bob did. Thanks, Deb.
Under other business, lot line revision 30 and 28 Perkins Road. All right.
I'll just give some brief background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this
Yep.
commission was supposed to receive this lot line revision a couple months ago.
Yep.
But as a result of the moving of the driveway through this lot line revision, which is the intent, they ended up operating within an upland review area. So we kind of pushed them back before wetlands got approval for this new driveway orientation so that the lot line revision can move forward without any hangups. It's a one-to-one transfer of land, so nothing changes with respect to the overall lot sizes. And the lots continue to satisfy all of the zoning regulations with respect to minimum dimension of square, road frontage, size, shape, and lot area.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or thoughts on it?
Just clarification, health, district approved off
Health
islands?
did sign off
Yeah,
on this.
right here, Valley Health District, 1010.
No other questions?
So we can read this resolution in?
If you'd like,
Yeah.
by all means.
All right, so, I'll read the resolution. It's a lot line revision, 28 Perkins Road, lot G6 and 30 Perkins Road, lot G7 and BL 6-86-G6, and MLB 6-86-G7, March 18th, 2025, whereas at its meeting on March 18th, 2025, the Southbury Planning Commission received a request from Alexander Pashim, is that how you pronounce it? Pashim? For approval of a lot line revision between lot G6 with an existing single-family home and lot G7, a vacant lot intended for development in the near future, where lot G6 is a landlocked with access over lot G5, otherwise known as 26 Perkins Road. Lot G7 is an interior lot which has frontage on Perkins Road. The revision is shown on maps entitled Data Accumulation Plan Depicting Lot Lines. Revision prepared by Alexander and Michelle Pasham, dated 8/7/2024, and prepared by Stewart Summers Company, LLC. Whereas pursuant to the administrative policy number 1, paragraph B-6 of subdivision regulations, A lot line revision in an approved subdivision is subject to the approval of the planning commission. Whereas the lots were approved as part of the Glenwood subdivision in 1986 by the planning commission, whereas both lots continue to satisfy the zoning regulations for this R80 zone with regard to lot area, minimum dimension of square, road frontage size and shape. Whereas the Housatonic Valley District on 10/10/2024 found the proposal to be in compliance with the applicable regulations and code. Now therefore be resolved that the request for lot revision between lot G6 and G7 be approved for the following administrative requirements. 1, presentation of 1 Mylar and 3 copies of the final map shall be submitted for the signature of the chairman of the planning commission prior to filing on the land records. 2, the conveyance documents shall be filed with the map. And 3, an electronic version of the approved map shall be provided to the land use department. All in favor of approval?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So it be approved. All right.
Do we need a motion and second on that, Deb?
No,
Yeah, we went-
didn't?
Went right to all in favor.
did, right, all in
Got
favor.
excited, I like
You
it.
made the motion, right?
I made the motion on it.
Well, you seconded it.
Sure, I'll second it.
Sure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We're fast tracking it. All right. Members' reports. Affordable Housing Subcommittee.
Yeah, so, we met, with Jordan and are working on our report, the culmination of the work. We also had a presentation from, James Willis from the ESG Housing. And he presented a large-scale development, for specifically for senior housing that he rendered as affordable, in that it's, extremely energy efficient. And he was looking at procuring some government monies possibly as well to make that happen, and looking at the Pierce Hollow, formerly Pierce Hollow development. He also does work with HUD and affordable housing developments, large-scale affordable housing developments, but he did not present on that the other night. I think it's worth also discussing, there is a House Bill 6067, I believe, that it is discussing the change of the Pierce Hollow parcel to just housing. And I don't know if this commission would like to review that, have a discussion about it, and the impact that it could have in its language on planning or development within the town. Our next meeting is next month. I apologize, I don't have it. It's the first Tuesday of the month.
It's not age restricted anymore.
It is not age
No,
restricted.
that, he wasn't discussing age restricted.
No, but you mean the housing or
What he presented.
what he presented was not, I'm sorry, he was
Was.
presenting senior housing.
Senior housing.
Right, so it would
Okay,
not,
So impact the
it-
schools, for instance, yeah.
it wouldn't impact the schools, it would also not impact our affordable housing percentage or numbers.
Oh, I thought you said it would be affordable.
No,
He was saying it was affordable to seniors because it was energy efficient, but would not qualify
So
for,
it's
it
not
was not,
affordable,
it
it's
was not deeded as
Correct.
affordable, guaranteed as
What's the other term?
affordable or anything like that.
So it's not affordable housing formally, okay.
So there was discussion on this change of the law of the, remember we had talked about multi-generational, remember we talked about that, and it really didn't get any legs? Do you have any word or any idea from what's going on at the state level, if it's gonna move
They-
along, or?
There's a bill being proposed to
Right.
change the word, I believe it's a single word they're changing,
Yeah,
to take away the age restriction portion of it. So, still waiting to hear on that.
okay.
And then there's also that the town could buy it with a conveyance fee, is that correct? Is
I'm
that
not positive on
different?
that.
I mean, that's the language in the bill,
No.
but is that different
We
than the
will
previous
own it
legislation?
At the
I'm
time
not sure.
that we have a nonprofit, we can either take it on our books and
Right,
build a housing authority and operate that parcel on our own, or if it were to be relinquished from the town, it would have to go to a nonprofit agency.
right, I talked to the first selectman about that, we had talked about that.
But in that
Yeah.
instance, it would almost be a handoff, because the
Right.
goal is to not take on the environmental remediation cost
Right.
by us owning
That's right,
it as the
that's
town.
right, that was the issue, right.
too, was the other issue, right? There was something, I forgot what it was.
First one is the one I'm privy to,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the bill's moving forward, and
Yeah.
hopefully we get some legs and we can get this changed, and
Okay.
the funding will now then provide opportunity for the
Yep.
parcel, and that's the whole goal for this.
I think it was interesting to, you know, see a brief overview of what could be done. You know, I don't think we need to do much at all. I think it was a nice informational session at this point. Hopefully there'll be other presentations or other people interested. Maybe, maybe not, we'll see.
And he's also, offered to come back to discuss affordable housing in particular. So he's happy to do that. And he also mentioned that what would help developers in the town would be a density, you know, more, options for higher density, housing in town.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, I mean,
more on
that's always the
zoning.
case. Right now, the PDD
Back to you.
provides that opportunity.
Yep.
But this plan is
PDU,
very-
not so much.
Right.
Very dense plan.
Very dense,
The
yeah.
The plan that he was showing us was a dense plan. It wasn't, you know, like 4 houses or something like that. It was,
No, it's-
Right, but like Jordan said, with a PDD, you could accomplish that.
yeah,
And his was still very conceptual.
yes.
Nothing's
there's no
really been
actual
drilled down
plans.
on. Yeah, nothing's, in my opinion, an actual plan. And he's also thrown together some documents about the 15-acre parcel on Heritage
Rockville.
Road and on the corner of Heritage and Roxbury. So the ESG is a branch of the overall commercial entity that is that company, and this is their kind of attempt to give back and form a nonprofit and do some of these developments for this purpose.
What's ESG?
There's a couple acronyms for ESG. I don't know what their particular,
Yeah, I have his plan, I don't see, I can look and see,
No affordable housing
where he said
at all, huh?
ESG.
during the first kind of presentation, and I think based on the conversation, Jim saw that the Affordable Housing Subcommittee was looking for something more affordable, and then kind of turned the conversation to, well, I can bring that and
I would hope
provide
that would
that.
be nice. I mean, for a density of that size, you would hope that we'd get something out of it, right?
The 30%?
I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but
Well,
it would be
it
nice,
wouldn't qualify, I think, yeah.
Right.
30%, yeah.
right?
Yeah, but he was looking at using geothermal, creating,
I mean, 30% would
solar,
help the town out a lot.
energy and water preservation, so there were lots of, ecologically and environmentally, and energy efficient, pieces to making it affordable.
His
And
building concept.
presentation was this would be affordable because of the other things that he's doing, the geothermal, the solar panels, the water.
The monthly
conservation
utility
stuff.
cost savings.
Yeah.
Generate
What
more
he was saying was
affordability.
that if someone buys into it, it would be affordable in the sense that their utility costs would be much less than the utility cost standard would be.
The design is also for modular homes. So modular in the
Yes.
sense that they are built off-site and pieced together at the site.
So it's cost effective now.
Yes.
Very cost effective.
Correct, yep, that's exactly kind of the proposal that was brought to them, not to
Were
say
there-
that.
I'm sorry, were there any developments that he has done, that they have done?
Yes, and I'd be happy to share that. I have to look at my notes.
And these were in Connecticut?
Yeah, there was one, I think, in Watertown. My apologies. So these were some of his other properties that he's developed, not necessarily under ESG. So there, again, there are two different branches of his business. One that's kind of more affordable. He does some particular, or specific to senior housing, some particular to HUD or affordable housing. But these were some of the areas that he's developed. And he lives over in Woodbury, so he's
Oh, does
familiar
he?
with the
Big
area.
It could be good, yeah.
Yeah, certainly
Wow.
was an interesting presentation.
What's ESG?
That's a great question. I'd be happy to pass this over to you. It's a division of Quantum Vision Development.
Oh, it's part of his,
It's
Company?
just, no,
It's the name of the company.
it's the name of the company,
Oh,
but I don't
okay.
know,
I didn't know.
I'm not sure
Okay.
what
Thank
ESG
you.
stands for, so
no,
I
that's
can
okay,
prove.
I just didn't know it was his company. Thank you.
Mhm.
Do you have that presentation electronically or just paper?
I'd be happy to provide it to everyone once I get back to the office tomorrow.
Cool,
Thank you, George.
thanks. That works. Is that pretty much it, Alex? Full?
Say again?
That's good?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent, thank you. All right, members report, streetscape review subcommittee. I know Robin's not here tonight. She did have an update, I'm sure. I did talk to Don briefly, but I
I'm
wasn't sure.
sorry. I do know.
Oh, carry on, because we're
I'm
not,
sorry.
there's nothing there anyway.
We had Vicky Shear, who came to the meeting. She's interested in joining the Affordable Housing Subcommittee. I'm not sure the process and wanted to present that
Okay.
to the commission.
Okay. All right. Welcome, how are you? Good.
Why don't, in order to handle this, since it's not on the agenda,
Yep.
make a
Yeah, we just,
motion to add it to the agenda, and then if the commission felt so inclined, a motion to allow Ms. Shear to operate under the Affordable Housing Subcommittee could be done.
We have to look at the charter, that's all. See if
we
we
could
can
do it
have.
under other business, any other business without having to add it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and if I can also
Just
interject, I don't
open it up.
know, yeah,
Are
I
there any
I
conflicts of
also
interest?
don't know if we have the rules in front of us on the composition of the Affordable Subcommittee, who can be on the
Right,
subcommittee and all of that. So
Mhm.
I don't know if we're prepared for that. I just wanted to
right.
kind of set the wheels in
Maybe in
motion.
the charter, maybe in the charter,
Okay.
I don't know if the Affordable Housing but we can,
subcommittees in general.
subcommittees in general would be, yeah.
And if that has to, how
Okay.
candidates are vetted and appointed, I apologize, I don't have that information.
Will we have that available for our
Do we
next
have a conflict of
affordable
interest at
housing
all?
meeting?
I mean, that you would know of?
Not that I know
Yes,
of.
Julie?
Any conflict of interest that we know about?
I'm sorry?
Anything?
I don't,
Oh, okay.
And do we open it up then for other people? That's another question.
I mean, we need members, right? I mean, how many are we down to? Are we light?
That's the question really, is what is our makeup,
Yeah.
you know? Is it-
Originally, we had I think
There were so many
7.
members from planning, some, you know, a
Yeah.
member from
Yeah.
zoning.
Yep. How many,
A
there was
member
2
from
from the
the-
A
public.
member from the
Yeah.
public.
Yeah.
But what the total composition of that,
I think we had 6 or 7, I don't remember the exact number.
I'd either have to look in our old minutes
Yeah,
or,
Okay.
but I really appreciate an outline or where that resource is and being.
Do some more research back at the office and
Next
Right.
Sorry to
agenda.
so
That's
hopefully
you.
that we can get it on next month's agenda.
yeah,
that tracks.
okay.
Makes sense.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Sorry for the delay.
Oh, no, it's all good. So streetscape review, Jordan, you know anything you wanna update us at all, if there's anything? I know
Yeah,
there's,
so, I was at the last meeting.
Okay, cool.
I'll be, kind of working with the Streetscape Review Subcommittee, a lot in the coming
I
future.
didn't get copied on the minutes, otherwise I would do it.
No worries. So what was discussed, ultimately, we're looking to kind of set the foundation for the subcommittee right now, build out medium, short, and long-term goals. There was some discussion on, it was mainly centered around trees. We had Pat Kearns there, our former tree warden, who was willing to kind of, as he's able, provide some assistance. There's a great New York City guide to urban landscaping and urban tree
Nice.
maintenance and installation and height requirements and everything. And what we end up bumping into a lot is power lines, infrastructure, and light, frankly. So we're really trying to look at it from a comprehensive sense. And then my goal at the end of the subcommittee, one of the long-term goals, is to actually get this codified into hard and fast regulations so that moving forward, these things can be both enforced and understood. So if there's ever transition in the Department of Public Works or the Land Use Office, or frankly anywhere where we need a clear understanding of how things are run, there's a path forward. Right now, things are kind of, as they come, we address them, and there's really no clear format, and ultimately, at the end of this subcommittee's term in this kind of 10-year turnaround here, I'd like to see these rules codified into our regulations.
Sounds good.
As well as appendixes for tree options and everything therein, kind of elaborating and delineating it all, so.
Did you say urban, not rural?
I mean, our streetscape is an urban streetscape.
Sorry?
Our streetscape is an urban
Urban,
streetscape.
Because it's in the center of
Because
town.
it's in the center of town, there's asphalt, there's sidewalks, there's a lack of underbrush, there's salt that gets applied to the roads, so you have to look at it from an urban sense.
Okay.
We are a rural aesthetic,
Okay.
but an urban streetscape.
Has there been any additional thought about the plan to go from Main Street south to the library?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so that plan is actually in,
It's a public hearing.
yeah, it's
Yep.
set for tomorrow.
Sounds right.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
public hearing on it
1 o'clock
tomorrow.
here.
Oh, really?
If you're available, please attend.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so right now, it would be the sidewalk from Main Street south,
South to the library.
down past the businesses and to the library there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Any questions for Jordan on the streetscape? We'll get you a solid, that was good, very solid, thank you. We'll get you an update for next month too. Robin will have a good update. I did see that in the New York trees, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No, it's a great list.
yeah. All right, so let's see here. Members' reports, training, CT land use, law for municipal land agencies, boards and commissions, this coming Saturday. Everybody's kind of familiar with that?
It's gonna be a great course.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it myself.
Okay. That's the report on it. It's not over yet. All right. Meeting minutes, let's see, on February the 18th. Who was here? Peter Homework was absent, so we're all here. Anyone have any additions, anything you see you like, don't like in the minutes?
Motion to approve as presented?
Okay. I'll second it. All in favor of the minutes to be
Aye.
opposed? No need for abstentions, because we're all here. No abstentions. Minutes are approved. Any other business brought before the commission?
Correspondence.
Oh, I missed the correspondence, right. Correspondence from Naugatuck Valley.
Jones. Happy guy for that.
We have the referral report. We all have that, right? Anyone have any comments on it? Anything?
Guess we don't need a representative anymore because they disbanded the planning
Oh,
board.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah.
We waited long enough, didn't we? For now.
For now, yeah. They're looking to do something a little bit more reformatted and more focused on the municipal employees. So we'll see if that comes to fruition.
Okay. All the grants go to the cities anyway. You know, and historically,
That is fair.
historically, yeah.
Anything else on that correspondence? That was pretty much it? Okay. So we'll hear that down the road if they go back to that, then we'll find somebody. Okay. All right, sounds good. Number 6, any other business properly brought before the commission? Anything from anybody?
You better remember,
I am working on the RFP
Oh,
from the last
good.
meeting.
Okay.
Just as an update.
IBM?
Yeah, it's gonna take some time getting the language sussed out properly, but I'm working on that one. And then with the transitions that are to occur in the land use office upcoming, my focus is gonna be a lot on training and things of that nature, so if for some reason this ends up being a little bit more delayed, I just ask that you bear with me, but if anyone needs an update at any time, I'm happy to provide that.
Okay, is everyone familiar with the transition that's going on?
I believe so, yeah,
Okay.
we have a land use enforcement officer starting, next week.
Okay.
Yep. And then, for those of you who are not aware, at the end of next week, on Friday, will be the last day of our wonderful Deb's inheritance.
Deb's retiring, everybody.
I didn't know that.
That's what
Yep.
we say.
Oh, my God.
You're too young to retire.
Keep trying to remind her that, Ron.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we wish you luck for sure.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Well deserved, no doubt.
Will you be involved in the training?
Training of what?
Someone new?
No, only
only up until Friday, next Friday. That's it. Okay.
Okay. Well, congrats, Deb, you deserve it.
We're, it's a
We're
work in progress. It's a work in progress. This commission will be handled, and whatever they need, please let us know, and we'll have to offer it.
Thank you.
All right. I
We have
guess-
our new member. You're gonna look into it.
Yeah, and I'm looking, and I've talked to a couple people about joining. One's thinking about it, one said no. And I've even talked to a couple people who are on some other boards that I thought would be ideal, and they really want to, but it's not gonna work schedule-wise for them, so we are still down 2 members, right? Or Technically.
Yeah.
One would do it for now, if we could find someone else.
So if
So-
anybody has any suggestions, call.
Yeah. So we're working hard to try to find that. I know you're busy, that's what, we're working on it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So, anyone has it, just let me know. All right, we'll go from there. I'll get them through the process. Get them over to Jordan if they're interested and get them started. All right? All right, I guess that's everything, right? If anyone else has anything else? No? All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
Jordan, thank you.
Oh, I'm just tired. Working him to death.
Nancy, I will take